Hello, I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking for FinextraTV here at Sibos in London, where the theme is thriving in a hyper-connected world. And joining me are Laurie Mitchell-Keller. Hello.
Hello.
And Falk Rieker.
Hello.
And of course, both of you are from SAP.
Yes.
Big presence here at Sibos.
Yes.
What sort of feedback are you getting on the floor, in particular with relation to the hyper-connected community?
Well, it's interesting because the hyperconnected community is so closely related to what SAP's theme is about, which is about connecting banks in a hyperconnected world and getting them closer to their customers. So we've been hearing great feedback from our customers. There's been just such a buzz here at Sibos, so much energy. This is my first Sibos, although SAP's been here for 15 years. So it's been an amazing experience for me.
And what about for you, Falk? How are you finding Sibos, and what sort of feedback in particular are you getting?
So first of all, I'm very glad to see that blockchain is not front and center of every session. Yeah, so there's more than blockchain we need to talk about here at Sibos in this industry. For me, the most important change is that I see innovation really kicking in now into corporate banking. There's never been so much talk about innovation and new forms of business models and new innovative services the banks want to bring to their customer than at this year's Sibos.
So, Falk, you've just said you don't want it all to be about blockchain, but my next question is, where does SAP stand in terms of the future of blockchain and payments?
So here we go again. Let's talk a bit about blockchain. So, payments obviously is front and center what we do at SAP. On the one side, more than 425,000 customers, corporate customers, are using SAP and in some form have to do payments. Yeah? On the other side, we're working together with more than 12,000 banks, and these banks are actually then processing these payments. So you can imagine that SAP is in prime role to improve connectivity, improve the transparency on the end-to-end process of payments. And by the way, when we talk then about real-time settlement, when we talk about real-time payments, when we talk about end-to-end transparency, there's the role of blockchain as well in payments. But also when I think about all aspects of trade finance, where we really try to work with our customers in 25 industries to bring the physical supply chain and the financial supply chain more in sync. Yeah? And that's a big theme, and again, blockchain is one of the technology we are leveraging there to make this happen.
And of course, the theme, we're going back to the theme of a hyper-connected world, and you yourself, Laurie, said it's not that different to the SAP theme.
Right.
Can you elaborate a bit more on the SAP theme and how you're finding it relevant to banks being here at Sibos?
Yeah, so SAP is all about how we power the experience economy through the Intelligent Entreprise. And so the translation to banks is essentially the same thing. How do we power banks to have that experience with their customers in a very innovative environment and help to have that connectivity, as Falk said. So lots of the conversations here are about how do I get closer to my customers? The ability to really understand your customers and have like a personalized experience with them is really important for almost every industry, and banks are no different, right? They have a lot of competition from fintechs, and their customers are expecting a really easy experience, and so using that to power the experience economy. And how do you think about the experience management and the whole customer experience within the bank? That's incredibly important, and we're talking to a lot of customers about that.
And just finally, what do you think you're going to be taking back with you after Sibos this year?
Yeah. Hopefully a lot of discussions with partners and customers, to innovate new solutions. But let me make a point on the connectivity theme again, because it's so front and center here at what we are doing and what our customers are looking for. In a digital world, you have to make up your mind, how do I get in contact with my customers? How do I stay in contact? How do I drive loyalty? And connectivity is key. Without connectivity, I'm not successful. Connectivity obviously is not the only thing I need. I need data-driven intelligence. Combine that with behavioral data, with experience data, with operational data.
And banks have so much data, and they're not using it at all to do the analytics around it.
There's a huge opportunity for banks really to raise the customer experience via analytics, via connectivity, and really at the point in time when the corporate customer needs that service. You know, it's not anymore an option to ask the customer to log in that portal, that portal, that portal, that portal. Yeah, you know, it needs to be at the fingertip, and that's where the banks need to be at the end of the day. They need to be at the desktop of the treasurer. They need to be in that emerging ecosystem where they want to be present and embed their services seamlessly. And that's where the hyper-connected world is so different to banks, what they have done in the past.
Right. It needs to just be a seamless experience, easy to use, easy to interact with, and the connectivity and mining that data are all really critical components to that.
Well, thank you. On that point, Falk and Laurie, wishing you a seamless experience here at Cyber.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.